So summer is right around the corner, and recently I've been getting a lot of requests to do something with a crap ton of glitter and tons of bright fun colors. And as you guys know, those two things are on my list of favorite things, like way up top, right next to alpacas. Alpacas are amazing.
Oh my god, I love alpacas.
Anyway, I put together this nice fun look. I hope you guys like it. Without further ado, let's do some makeups. So as far as skin goes, I've pretty much done everything there. I've got my highlights, my contours, my foundations. So you do the same, you do you, whatever that normal routine is, do it. I even have a little bit of mascara on, but yeah, I'll walk you through everything else. I'm gonna start out with the square on my eye. I'm using for my Smashbox palette the shade Harbor, and then after that I'm gonna be using Nile and Azure, but as long as you have a dark blue, a lighter blue, and an even lighter blue, you guys should be fine. To start this out, I'm gonna dip my brush into the darkest shade that I'm using, in this case Harbor, and I'm just going to make kind of little guidelines. I'm gonna put my brush on my face in the middle of my nose, and right above where my eyebrows would be, or where your eyebrows are, I'm going to make a little tiny dot, just like that. And then down here, your nose kind of curves up a little bit, just right below where it curves up, if that makes any sense. I'm gonna make another dot, and then I'm gonna take my brush and I'm gonna hold it diagonally to about a little bit past the corner of my eye, and I'm gonna make another dot. It seems like a big square, but once it's all done, it's gonna look really flattened out and it's not gonna look that big. And now I'm just gonna do the same from the top. Just make at the arch of your eyebrows where I would say to put the dot, just right there. So now you have a pretty even guideline, and now you can just kind of start drawing in the lines. These don't have to be perfect, just not too sloppy. So just draw in your lines. Make sure you're using really light, fluffy strokes. It's hard to just go in one solid line, I've learned. So just make a box and connect your points. As you can see, it's not too perfect. It doesn't really have to be spot on. We can correct that later with concealer. It just has to be something to guide you with. Now I'm gonna take a flatter brush and I'm gonna dip it into my same dark shade, and I'm gonna start just kind of patting it right on the edge of that line by my eyebrow. And I'm gonna bring the shade down till it gets to about the crease of my eye. So I'm just gonna make a little guideline there just so I know where to go. And I'm just gonna fill this space in with a very dark layer of my Harbor shadow. Now that we have this dark line kind of hovering over our eye, I'm gonna take on the same brush so it really blends and fades out well after I tap off the excess, you know. I'm gonna take my second darkest shade, which in my case is Azure, and I'm gonna start applying it maybe a centimeter on top of Harbor and just kind of bringing it down to about my eye point right here and my eye point right there. And now that I have that on, again, after tapping off the excess of this brush, I'm gonna go in with my final and lightest shade, which in this case is Nile. So this one right here, I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna apply it again, a little bit on Azure, and then just bring it down to the end of the square, blending all the way. Now that we have our basic shadows on, I'm just gonna go in and clean it up a little bit. You could use concealer, but I prefer tape. I just go and I set it right on top of where I want my line to be. It takes off most of the excess pretty well. So just stick it down, kind of like a mild wax, I guess. And stick it up. Stick it down. Stick it up. The corner of the nose is the hardest, just like boop, 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 boop. And you can just really go around corners and fix. It's so sticky, but it's clean. Don't doubt my methods. Now that we've spent so much time and effort into actually putting this eyeshadow on, now guess what we get to do?
We get to take it off!
Yeah, I know, you hate me, but there is a method to this madness. On a small little tiny brush, just like this one, I'm going to take a little bit of makeup remover and then starting from here, going down in kind of a zigzag teardrop shaped pattern, I'm going to just scrape out some shadow. Ow, I poked myself in the eye. I'll show you guys how it's done. It sounds confusing, but it's not that hard. I sprayed my brush really well, and now I'm gonna take it, and I'm just going to drag it and scrape some of that shadow off. Just make one path, and then go back up and really clean it out. Doesn't have to be perfect because this isn't gonna be perfect. So just like that. So I made one little pattern like that. Now I'm gonna make another one right here and then another one right there. Just keep making your own pattern and scraping out that shadow. When you're done, you should have kind of a teardroppy pattern like I have right here. Again, we want this excess shadow, so don't keep rubbing it off, just keep bringing it and dragging it down. We're not hoping for perfection.
Here comes the glitter.
Now I'm gonna take some of this sparkly stuff.
Isn't it majestic?
And fill all of our teardrop spaces with glitter. Because, come on guys, that's what you do when you cry. You guys don't cry, you don't sweat, y'all are too glam for that. Bitches, you sparkle. Now you gotta let that dry. And put on another coat. Now while that's all still kind of tacky, I'm going to take some of my white, clear, translucent, whatever the hell you want to call it, glitter. I'm just going to shake a little bit onto a piece of paper or something, and then I'm just going to use my finger and lightly blot it on top. We want there to be a lot of glitter, so hold back nothing.
Seriously, pour that shit on your face. Like, dude, do it.
Now that that's done and looks awesome, I'm going to go in with some blue eyeliner and just line my waterline on the eye of the square. Whatever eye you chose that to be. Now I'm going to take some of this light blue eyeliner and I'm going to use it to about the middle of my eye, just like I'm making a normal eyeliner wing. So just starting here and going across. After that, I'm going to take some of my favorite eyeliner ever, my darker blue.
So beautiful.
And I'm going to take it from the middle of my eye, right where I ended the light blue, to the very tip of my eye, again, like we're making a normal eyeliner wing. Which we are, only ours is better. Because it's ombre, duh. The more colors, the better. If you need to, you can kind of go back in with the lighter one and just kind of blend them out just a little bit more so it looks like a smoother transition. But it's all about what you feel like you need to do. I felt like mine needed a bit of a smoother transition. Now I'm just gonna take my regular old black, my good old friend, and just make a normal wing. I'm just gonna make it go out to about the edge of the square, not too close, just a little bit shorter than the edge of the square. We want this to be full on glam. I'm just gonna go from the corner of my eye under tiny little curly cues. Not too small, not too big, just some. So I made this one really big, so now I'm gonna make this one really small. And I'm gonna make this one kind of smallish. They don't have to be perfect, just something. And then I'm gonna add some dots by my wing. Big, small, just like that. I got a big clump, but it worked. I'm just gonna make them kind of recede into the distance. Like I seriously wasn't planning on that clump, but you know, makes my job easier. Just kind of freestyle with this part, just have fun. This is my favorite part. I love making little swirls. If you have less on your brush, it makes them look more whimsical. If you have more, they protrude more and look more elegant. But yeah, just kind of let your brush be your guide and just keep going and make it pretty dirty until you have something that you're satisfied with. Now on for the next eye. I'm gonna take my little flat brush again and I'm gonna get it in some nice magenta fuchsia pigment and I'm just gonna start applying it, going all the way up past my brow and down a little bit. Once again, this is kind of abstract, so like none of us are gonna have the exact same thing, and why would you want that in the first place? That's boring. But, so I'm gonna do that, I'll film it all, just kind of have fun. Don't let it go past the center of your eye. If you're looking straight and it's going past your pupil, take some off. Now on the same flat brush, I'm going to take some nice bright orange and I'm going to apply it right where I had the fuchsia, magenta, whatever. And then I'm just going to make another little design up here, down there. but leave a little bit of space because we want some space for that yellow on the eyelid. Now that that's on, I'm gonna take some nice, bright, sunny yellow shadow, and I'm just gonna put it on the corner, and I don't know, I'm gonna wing it up, put it in a curl, because, you know, we're gonna be fabulous, we're gonna have a wing, we're gonna have a curl, it's gonna be made out of yellow eyeshadow. You bet we are. Yeah, it's this kind of party. It's going to be extravagant, but if you want to do something else, do it. I just gotta flare it up. Now that I have this nice epic curl right here, I'm gonna take some of my gold glitter and just a little bit of the same shimmer eyeliner that we put on. I'm just gonna base it around and then I'm gonna fill it with gold glitter. I mean, I'm gonna fill it with gold glitter because we want to sparkle. You want to be looking like my background.
Yeah, it's glam. Do yo chiz.
Now that we're all nice and glittered up and sparkling awesome, I'm going to take some of these little silver stars and gold little sequins, and using some eyelash glue, I'm just going to go along these lines, make them kind of curvy. You know, just add a little extra glam to our glam salad. So now that we have this nice little squiggly line of awesomeness, I'm just going to go in, take a little bit more for our finishing touches of this glitter liner, and I'm going to outline the corner of this box just a little bit. Just anywhere you think. I'm going to go some of the squirrels, what, that's an animal. It's late, I'm sorry. I'm going to do some of the swirly cues, just kind of make it happen. So then we don't have like all the glitter on one side and then no glitter on another. That's not okay. So there we go, just do that. We are now almost done with our look. I'm just gonna take some gel liner and a little bit of a brush, tiny little brush, little bit of a brush, same thing, tomato, potato. And I'm just gonna go in and line a little bit of my waterline. Not too much to make it look too serious and closed off, but just enough. And then I'm gonna add just a little tidbit in the corner. If you go too far like I did, just feel free to take it off with your finger. It works. And now I think I'm gonna go and just kind of accentuate that wing just a little bit. I don't know, I really like it. I really like the way this is turning out. This is so glam. So yeah, now we're done with the basic shadow. I'm not going to put on any eyelashes because I feel like that's going to take away too much from the colors and everything that we have going on from our face. Like, this craziness does not need eyelashes. So I'm just going to put on a tidbit of mascara, and that's about it. I just finished it off with a plain red glitter lip. I hope you guys like this. You know, you really are beautiful just the way you are. This is all for fun. You don't need any of this because really no matter what amount of powders, cover-up, foundation, no matter what you put on your face, it's not going to change who you are. And that's your real beauty. And outside, as far as that goes, you know, no amount of product can fix that either. You're born the way you're born, and you're born beautiful. No matter what you have, no matter what you've been through, no matter what you look like, everybody's different. There's no good standard of beauty. Don't hold yourself to a false one. Not even the models in the magazines look like the models in the magazines. You are beautiful just the way you are. I hope you guys have a great, fabulous summer. There will be many more tutorials to come. Thank you so much for joining me. If you have any requests, questions, comments, just let me know below. Subscribe if you like. I don't really care. Mwah! Hasta la vista! Now it's time for the part where there's like a whole bunch of pictures of this look to entice you, to show your friends. Yeah, it's that part. So here's some funky music, and here's some funky pictures. Bow, wow, wow.